Hey Star Convo fam, buckle up because this one's juicy. You know how everyone thought Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman were Hollywood's golden couple? Well baby, that fairy tale might be cracking right down the middle. Word on the street is that after almost 20 years together, Keith packed his bags and walked out on Nicole, leaving fans totally shook. People are whispering that the spark is gone, the romance is faded, and now we're seeing signs that this breakup might be more real than anyone thought. Nicole and Keith have been married since 2006, raising their two beautiful daughters, Sunday and Faith, and showing up on red carpets like the picture of perfection. But lately, that picture's been looking a little filtered. Nicole's been spotted out and about without Keith by her side, rocking a brand new fringe haircut and that confident, I'm doing fine look that screams independence. Meanwhile, Keith's been on stage doing his world tour without his wedding ring. Honey, when that ring disappears, you know something's up. Fans noticed right away and the internet went wild. Some say he's been living in his own place for a while now, and once he moved out, the writing was on the wall. Now let's spill the real tea. Insiders claim Nicole tried to hold things together, but Keith was already checked out. Between her nonstop filming schedule and his tour life, they've been living separate lives for months. You can't fix a marriage through FaceTime, y'all. They were in love once, no doubt about that. But time and distance can change people. Some folks say Nicole's been focused on her next chapter, possibly in Europe, and Keith's focusing on his music, maybe even writing songs about heartbreak again. And let's be honest, Keith's probably already using this pain to fuel his next hit. Nicole, on the other hand, is stepping into her boss era, showing up to Paris Fashion Week looking flawless with her daughters, sending the message, I'm fine, I'm fabulous, and I'm moving on. That's how you do a breakup glow up, darling. So what really happened? Nobody's saying for sure, but the clues are there. Different homes, no more red carpet appearances together, subtle shade in interviews, and that mysterious solo move by Keith. Some fans believe they just grew apart after years of balancing fame, travel, and kids. Others whisper about trust issues, creative clashes, and long-distance tension that's finally snapped the bond. But whatever went down, Nicole's showing grace under pressure, while Keith's out here performing like a man free, but still missing something. The big question now, will this divorce turn messy, or will they keep it classy? Will Keith write a breakup song that spills more tea than an interview ever could? And will Nicole finally speak her truth? We'll have to wait and see, but one thing's for sure, this story is far from over. Hollywood's favorite love story has officially hit its final verse. Nicole's serving peace and power, Keith's living the tour life, and fans everywhere are picking sides. So keep your popcorn ready, because if this breakup turns into a full-on Hollywood drama, you know we'll be right here to break it all down for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and tell me what you think. Did Keith really walk out, or was the split brewing for years? Either way, baby, the Urban Kidman era might just be closing for good, and the tea is piping hot. Stay tuned, Gossip fam, because this is one story that's just getting...
Cole applied for residency in Portugal. Sources said Keith planned to do the same, but he was on tour and couldn't attend his appointment. At first, it sounded like a normal paperwork thing, until you remember that Portugal was supposed to be their dream escape, their forever place. So when Nicole applied alone, fans started to wonder, was she preparing for life after Keith before anyone else knew? And maybe the most heartbreaking part, even though both of them said they'd keep their home in Nashville, it felt like Nicole was quietly building her next chapter without him. What do you think? Was that her way of letting go, or just trying to start fresh?
After the filing, Nicole opened up at an interview with Harper's Bazaar, and honestly, her words were haunting. She said, no matter how painful or difficult something is, there's always a way through. That line hit hard, because she wasn't just talking about life, she was talking about survival. She also said that getting older helped her realize that change, no matter how uncomfortable, always comes with lessons. You could tell she was speaking from a place of deep reflection, maybe even heartbreak. And when you match that with Sunday's Paris post, the timing, the tone, the emotion, it all starts to make sense. Nicole might be hurting, but she's still standing tall, surrounded by her daughters, holding on to grace when everything else feels uncertain. What many fans don't realize is that even before the public knew, Nicole and Keith had already finalized a parenting plan. According to reports, Nicole was listed as the primary residential parent, meaning Sunday and Faith would live mostly with her, about 306 days a year. Keith would have them every other weekend. The plan also made one thing very clear. Neither parent could badmouth the other, and both were required to encourage love and respect between the kids and their mom or dad. And honestly, that says a lot about who they are. Two parents trying to protect their children even when their marriage couldn't be saved.
Even after all that, after the paperwork, the interviews, and the headlines, Nicole stepped out in public, still wearing her wedding ring. It was late September. She attended an event in Los Angeles, her hand glittering under the lights. And that one photo sent the internet into a frenzy. Some fans said she was just honoring the past. Others believed she wasn't ready to say goodbye. But here's what's even more interesting. Around the same time, rumors started swirling that Keith might already be moving on. Nothing confirmed, but reports suggested he'd been seen spending time with another woman. And while that might just be gossip, those whispers can cut deep, especially for someone still healing. That brings us right back to Sunday Rose and her Paris Fashion Week post. It wasn't just a daughter showing off her mom's outfit. It was symbolic. Nicole was smiling again, not for the cameras, but for her daughter. You could feel the shift. She looked softer, freer, maybe even a little hopeful. Sunday's caption said almost nothing, but her photos said everything. Family dinners, little laughs, in those tender in-between moments you don't usually see from a Hollywood icon. It's like she was reminding everyone, we're still here, and we're still okay. And that's what makes this story so powerful. Even in the middle of heartbreak, there's resilience, there's love. What about you? Do you think Sunday's post was a subtle way of defending her mom? Drop your thoughts. I read every comment, looking at everything. The divorce, the distance, the quiet strength. It's clear Nicole isn't the same woman she was 20 years ago. She's been through the spotlight, the scandals, the pain, and somehow still finds a way to smile. Maybe that's what makes her story so relatable, because who hasn't had to rebuild themselves after losing someone they thought would be there forever? And as for Keith, well, only time will tell if he and Nicole can find peace apart. But one thing's for sure, their daughters, Sunday and Faith, seem to be their anchor through it all. And honestly, that's the part that gives this whole story hope. Nicole Kidman's life right now feels like a movie, full of beauty, heartbreak, and rebirth. But unlike the scripts she performs, this one doesn't have a director. She's writing it herself. So maybe the smile in Sunday's post wasn't just for the camera. Maybe it was for the future. Because even after everything, Nicole's proving that grace under pressure isn't about pretending everything's fine. It's about choosing to keep shining anyway. What do you think? Is this Nicole's true comeback story or just another Hollywood illusion? Let me know in the comments. Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban's daughter just shared a post that felt different. Not the polished, picture-perfect celebrity family kind of post we're used to seeing, but something raw, something real. She didn't have to say much, just a few photos. One of her mom, smiling softly under Paris skies, and a simple caption, PFW film. But if you look closer, it's more than just Paris Fashion Week vibes. It's a quiet message about what's really going on behind the camera. Because while Nicole Kidman looked effortlessly elegant, the beige trench coat, the high bun, the warm smile, there was something else there. A woman holding herself together in public, while privately, her world was falling apart. And here's the part that hits hardest. That post came just days after Nicole filed for divorce from Keith Urban. What do you think that smile meant? Was it strength or heartbreak? Let me know in the comments, because that moment said more than any interview ever could. Sunday's Paris post was beautiful on the surface. The city lights, the runway shots, the Dior prep. But for fans who followed Nicole and Keith for years, it carried emotional weight.